next on the team, Riviera Country Club, I'd like to welcome Mr. Tex Remington.
Yeehaw. You ever wonder how a 5 handicap would do against the PGA professionals? Well, I'm Tex Remington and I'm playing Riviera Country Club, side of the Genesis Open. Professionals play here every year and shoot in the low 60s and 70s, so let's see how I do. Now I'll tell you what, this first tee box I'm about as excited as Granny the day she found her snuff box. Now, we're going to hose it off to the right, but I'm really not too worried about it. The adrenaline's pumping, and besides that, look at this. We got ourselves a direct line. It's about as thick as a gnat's whisker, but we're going to give it a shot. Looks good, but it's going to hit the very last branch and drop straight down. Those dadgum trees will get you every time, but we can still get on the green and have a birdie putt, but alas, we go long. But we got a good eye on this chip, so we're going to run it down there. Get it pretty darn close. Get a little cowboy shimmy coming at you. With all the adrenaline and the bad drive, it'd be nice to start out with the par. Yeehaw! Hardest hole on the course. Now making par here is about as difficult as putting socks on a rooster, but it does start with a good drive, and looky here. We find the fairway, so a little cowboy smile makes us happy. Now, we just cold shank it to the right. Shanks make me so angry I could raise hell and get my boot caught under it. Now we got our 60 degree in hand. We're going to flop it up nice and high, land it soft, and we do, except it does roll a little more than I wanted, but we got the putter in hand, putting for par, and if you'd have told me I'd have made par after that shank, I'd have been happy because I missed that putt. We go ahead and tap in for bogey. Let's settle into the buck and shoot a hole number 3 of the Genesis Open. We need a drive to the left, and we go to the right into a tree. First thing you do when you find yourself in a hole is stop digging. So we're going to pull out the 4-iron, just trying to eat up some fairway, and we do. There's a drive, there's a second shot, leaving us this wedge. And my cameraman's drunker than Cooter Brown there, but we're going to highlight the flag for you. You can see we go right over the top of it with a flyer. So long putt for par, looking for a good lag here. And we don't get it, leave it short. But I'll tell you what, this bogey putt's finer than frog fur. Let me tell you something, Bubba. This hole's about as popular as a porcupine at a nudist colony. And you can see why. It is long and it is tough. We end up overdrawing it to the left side in the rough. Now we're going to have this shot. Oh no. My other camera's commode hugging drunk, so we'll switch to this side. Now we got to flop it up. And you can call me Tex McFloppy Flop because we landed on and landed soft. But to be honest, I don't care what you call me, as long as you call me to supper, because we just made a par. Now there's a cowboy who knows how to get up and down. Alright, the shot here is a low draw around the corner, and by God, we hit it low. Heck, it was so low I'd have to stand up to look a rattler in the eye. But it does keep rolling, and rolling. Now on this shot, heck, I don't know what happened. I had a good number, I just swung way too hard. Like I was trying to clear the vermin off my porch there. There you go. But lucky for us, I got the 60. Heck, I'm so hot with this club, I could make a chicken lay a hard-boiled egg with it. But look at that. Land it soft, breaks towards the hole. Now only 2 things left to do. Do a shimmy and make a par. Howdy. We got ourselves a unique par 3. There's a bunker in the middle of the green. Now that is crazier than Larrabee's calf, but we got to block it out. Hit a good shot, which we don't do. We go right, leaving us with this shot here, and it is delicate. Just got to get it up there and let it run on down. And by God, it stops on the last blade of grass. So we get frustrated and we wedge tap it down there, and look at that. Faster than a sneeze through a screen door. It's going to roll up close and we'll pick it up for a frustrating bogey. Saddle up for this short par 4. We got to hit ourselves a cut shot here, and by God, we hit a draw. Heck, I'm angrier than a 3-legged dog who tried to bury a turd on an icy pond. But we decided to keep going left to play the smart shot. Here's the bird's eye view. Go left there, stay left. But now we got 60 degree in our hand with 60 yards, and that's got to be a good sign, right? Wrong. We come up short and roll down the slope. Texas wedge in hand. And by God, we come up short again. Heck, I'm angry as a snake that married the garden hose. I don't even let Patty mark his ball before I do a quick read and just hit the putt. But I'm glad I did, because you get to see a bogey shimmy. Now I'll tell you what, This ain't what I had my face fixed for. We yank this drive over to the left. And if you have more than one button, don't push your luck. We're going to chop a 4-iron through. We end up back in the rough, and this stuff is thick as dew on Dixie. No spin, hits the green and keeps rolling. Now, cover your youngin's eyes. Don't let them see this chip. It is just blasphemous there. Apologize for making you watch that. But we still got our putter in hand, and although you know me as Tex Remington, on this hole, I'm Mr. Bogey Saver. Now, I might not know a widget from a wang doodle, but I do know a beautiful view when I see one, and Riviera's hole 9 with that clubhouse in the background is beautiful. We end up overcutting and going in the right-hand rough. Leaves us a pretty nasty shot. Anywhere on the green I'd be happy with, because this ball's going to have no spin with the front pin. And we're on there. And I'll just take in the scenery as my buddy putts there. Such a beautiful view to such an ugly putt. I mean, heck, this putt ain't worth a dime's worth of dog meat. It eventually breaks, but I did hit it way too hard. And I give the old what are you gonna do? But heck, with putter in hand, you know we're gonna make a par. Well, here's our front 9. If you want to see the back, subscribe and then click right here.